Hello, and I've created this table and I populated using it Alpine.js. So it's a very simple table. It has X data as products, and within the products we have this data, and I'm using this data to loop through and create all the rows using X4 directive over here. And another thing is that I am displaying the heading, the TR, using this particular code. This is using Tailwind CSS classes, and this is the table that is being displayed over here. Now, as you can see, this table, it hasn't got all the too much. It hasn't got too much width, so everything is very compact, and it is not very easy for user to understand. So I would give the user the ability to hide certain columns that he want. So let us see how we can do that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to display. I'm going to create a new property. Let's call it columns. And this columns, it would contain all the columns that we have in our table: name, category, tags, description, and price. I would create another column, another property, and I will call it as selected columns. I'm going to give it the same array, and this would contain all the columns that user has selected. So let us display a template over here, a div. I'm just going to give it some Tailwind classes. And within this div, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through using the template, and I'm going to loop through the columns using X4 directive. And then I'm going to display all these columns. Remember, a template can have only one root element, so I'm going to wrap everything up in a div. So within this div, I'm going to use the span tag and use the X text directive to display the columns. And another thing that I'm going to have is I'm going to display a checkbox, and I'll have input type as checkbox. And then I'm going to use X model for two-way binding, and I'm going to link it to the selected columns. So this way user can select the columns, and I'm going to give it a value of C. Since I'm using that column before the value, Alpine is going to automatically look for the template C, the variable C, and it will link to that particular value. So let us test this code and see how it looks like. There we go. We've got all the headings. However, none of them are selected. That is because of the typo over here. This should be selected columns. This should be the same value as this one. And there we go. Let's reload it again. And there we go. Everything is selected. In order to demonstrate that this two-way binding is working, I'm going to have a span tag over here, and I'm going to display the value of selected columns over here. So anytime the value changes, this is going to be changed. So we see all the values are over here. When I uncheck them, they get removed. When I check the box, they get added back again. So that means the two-way binding is working and our selected columns is rightly linked. Now the next step is, what we want to do is, whenever a check box is checked off, we want to hide the column. So if name is checked off, we'll hide it. We are going to use XShow directive, and I'm going to call a method. Let's call it show td, and I'm going to pass the name of the column as a parameter, like this. And let's define this method show td and pass it the column as the attribute. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for this column in the selected columns. So let's use the find, and this will loop through all the selected columns, and I'm going to use the lower, I'm going to convert the value to the lowercase and check and check it with the column that is being passed. So if something is returned, it would get stored in the variable result. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm finally going to return if result is undefined. So if it is undefined, that means it is not present in the selected columns, otherwise it is present. So this way, if a column is present in the selected columns, this method will return true, otherwise it would return false. So let's add it over this TD as well, the same thing, like this. And let's test this out. So if I reload it and if I uncheck the name column, there we go, the name column has been removed. If I check it back again, and it gets populated again. So that seems to be working fine. We are able to hide the column or show the column based on the checkbox. I'm going to remove this one because this was only for the debug purposes. And I'm going to add this xShow method to all the other th and tds. And I'm also going to change the name of the parameter correctly. So let's test this now. And there we go. The columns are hidden and shown based upon the user choice. Another thing that we can do to improve the code is that this selected columns, we see that code is repeating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize it to an empty array. And over here, we have defined the x data. Here I'm going to define a method xInit. And this xInit, as we know, would be called once when the component is rendered. And within it, I'm going to call the init method. And let's define this init method. And within this init method, what we are going to do is we are going to populate the selected columns. And we will assign it the same value as the columns. So by default, all the columns would be selected. And if I reload it, we see that all the columns are selected and our functionality is still working fine. Now here is one nice trick. If I remove this code, xInit code, what Alpine.js is going to do is it is still going to call this init method. As long as it is named as init, Alpine.js is going to automatically call it just as it would call xInit. So if I test it again, it is still working fine. So that is the component which hides the column based on the user selection. So hope you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to like the video and leave your comment.